Let me turn my sound.
Just started the recording.
Okay.
Well, only 3 out of 4 of us here are retired. Tom's still a working stiff.
I'm pretty much retired. I mean,
You think, really?
well, there's a couple, I don't know. It's not that I'm working very hard, but there's a couple jobs that came up. I worked yesterday and I did a little job on Monday, but that's about all.
We got a new grandpuppy. You got a new puppy?
Do I?
That was your
You had
name?
2 puppies when I saw you yesterday. Emily posted a picture with you with 2 dogs on your lap.
Oh, that's not mine. That one of them belongs to the neighbor next door.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe Nola got a brother or sister there.
No, when Nola checks out, even though she's below my desk right now, don't listen to this, Nola. When Nola checks out, that's the only dogs, because I want to travel. I don't want to have to figure out what to do with the dogs.
Oh, wow.
Well,
That's kind of radical.
So you can get a sled dog and travel. Get one of them big old St. Bernards. Hey, Nola.
She says, "What the hell's going on? You talking about getting rid of me?"
Nola, how old are you?
Nola's 11.
11. Uh-oh.
Yeah. She was just a puppy when Bonnie and I came to stay for our 40th anniversary there.
Yeah. Okay.
Pete, when you retired, did you retire from playing music, or did you go to something else after you played music?
No, I retired from music, and that's about it, really. I had some other odds and ends that I'm like, when I got laid off from Disney, I did some odd jobs.
Odd jobs, yeah.
But
Well, my main career after the mustache was an odd job. Hey, Bill, that looks good.
hey, Snake,
I just saw these filters.
Pete had some really interesting jobs. I mean, you were
I got a dog too.
A moving truck driver.
yeah, I was at work for Mayflower.
Yeah.
That was for the summer. That was not a nice job. Hey,
No,
Snake.
I mean, we all had shitty jobs.
Oh,
Yeah.
Snake.
How you doing?
Doing all right.
There we go.
Hey, Billy.
I just found the filters page. I'm sorry.
I missed last week.
Sepia tone. That's better.
I missed last week, but I'll tell you about it as soon as we get a couple more people up. I was in the hospital.
Oh, okay.
No.
Are you okay now?
Yeah.
You look fine.
I had surgery on Monday.
Did they make it bigger?
I wish.
I remember this is being recorded, right?
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Pipe it into the girls' dorm.
What?
Pipe it into the girls' dorm.
Right. All right. Well, it could be a bigger brain too. Everybody's head goes to the same thing my head goes to.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, Pete, what other jobs did you do besides being a moving guy?
I taught private piano lessons for a while, and I worked for a company called GES, which does installs trade shows. I did their spreadsheets on the labor. I worked for a community association irrigation team. And I mean, Hunters Creek is like 6 square miles. And they have, it's an upscale place with probably about 20 neighborhoods. And they have lots of common areas like the roads and the entrances. So all of that is on irrigation timers. Nothing was ever written down. So I was hired to tabulate each zone each controller, how many sprayers, how many rotors, and tallied it up. And it was like 20, when I got done, took me about 2 years. There was about 22,000 spray pop-up sprayers,
Wow.
about 7,000 rotors. And that wasn't the neighbor, that wasn't the people's houses. That was only the common areas.
Good Lord.
Wow.
So you king of the sprinkles.
Yeah,
And this was all in Orlando?
yes. South Orlando.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I heard that Disney was opening like a planned community area in California, like the one they have around Orlando. Don't they have one that
Celebration.
is that it?
Oh,
Oh, it's actually where, it's actually where people would go live, and it would be like have a house and all that. I forgot it was how many units, like on 1,400 acres or something crazy like that. And
Karen and I really liked it. We thought about living there.
really, okay.
Yeah, it was really nice. I think the second or the last time we saw it, we weren't as thrilled by it, but when it first opened up, we were impressed. It had a great feeling to it.
Yeah. And nobody's out there who's fucking goofy or nothing.
They were talking about it on the radio, and I was wondering what it was like.
Yeah, I heard about it. That I probably can't afford it. It's probably cost $1 zillion, I would guess.
Back then, I don't remember specifics, but I'm pretty sure I had the impression that it was a little pricey.
Yeah.
You're a rich railroad man, so you probably.
You're that guy in Monopoly with the big hat, aren't you?
That's right.
Yeah, it was a guy that.
Boy, if you go live there, you have a lot of visitors.
Well, just by Orlando alone, I think,
Yeah.
These Karen's niece in New Orleans. They just got back from Disney again, and they were going there all the time. My niece that lives in Fort Myers, she and her husband go to Disney. I mean, they got season passes and all that stuff.
Wow.
But yeah, we would
Well, I
have.
got 4 grandkids that never been there, so go ahead and move there.
Yeah. Well, Pete, how close are you to Disney?
About 12 miles.
Oh, well, there's your man. You got it. You got a guest house?
We have to go see Uncle Pete.
No guest house.
Now, one day when the kids are a little bit older, because I made the mistake of taking my kids when they were like 2 and 3 years old, and I went, and this is pre-iPhone days and all that stuff, and we didn't take a lot of pictures. None of them remembered going there.
Well, shoot, I don't
really.
I don't remember a lot about the mustache. So.
Well, and I wonder what that is.
Yeah, Pete, do you remember seeing any ceiling fans at the mustache in New Orleans?
Not really.
Yeah, I
I
don't either.
don't remember them either, but they were in the picture. So,
But that was a really old picture Roger had up there, because I think that's when they had a picture of the New Orleans Club initial employees all wearing Rebel hats, and they were selling those to the customers instead of skimmers. I just thought it was the strangest thing,
Yeah, I can't remember when he said New Orleans opened.
63, 64. It was one of the. It was.
I was there about
Mike?
4 or
Hey,
5
guys.
years. Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike. Good to see you again.
Yeah, I completely spaced it out last week, and the week before I got tied up with something to get back in the house in time. So it's good to see you guys.
Yeah.
You weren't in the hospital or anything, were you?
No, not yet.
We're here in the Snake. We're waiting for the details. He wasn't here last week, but he ended up in the hospital.
Snake did?
Yeah. I'll tell you, as soon as we get a couple more on here, I'll go over it.
Hey, Barry.
Hey,
Barry?
It's
speaking of
very
moron.
fun.
Hey, Barry.
What's up? What's up, yo? What's up?
Hey, Barry.
The one and only, very full on.
The one and lonely.
Oh, no. Does Dottie know that you're lonely?
One and lonely. That's it. I'm sitting in my garage by myself.
Yeah.
Where's your cigar?
Mhm.
Coming up.
We're gonna have to go to a cigar smoking place at City Park with y'all one day.
I
Yeah.
heard,
Yeah,
I
the
heard
thing.
that there's a Corona cigar company that were advertising their cigar of the week. $13 for one cigar.
Damn.
Is that the kind you're smoking, Barry? Oh,
Of course, I was in the store. I was in the store the other day, and it was like $8.75 for a pack of cigarettes.
oh my
Wow.
God.
God, holy cow!
I tell you, when I was in the Navy and we were out at sea, they had what was called C-store cigarettes because there was no tax on it then. It was $1.10 a carton.
Well, you can get cancer real cheap back then.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I remember the mustache had a machine that was 55 cents.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, and the
Between the
customers, and for some reason, we were not allowed to go get cigarettes for the customers, even if they were going to give us a tip to go get it. They said, no, you have to make them go get their own cigarettes.
Yeah, I don't remember that. But also, I was just saying it was back by the bathrooms, but I can also picture it up by the front door.
No, it was by the front door. Yeah, it was right when you walked in. There was the front door and there was a cigarette machine. Yeah, the kind you had to pull the little knobs to get your cigarettes out.
But
Yeah,
that's
that's by the front door. By
Yeah,
the front door, not by the bathrooms.
yeah, there was
But
no
see,
room in
that's
the
what I'm
bathroom.
saying. I was
I
asking.
don't remember any rule that said the waiters couldn't go get cigarettes because I'm sure I
Yeah,
got
that's what they told us. They said the waiters had to make the people who get their own cigarettes.
See, I used to go get, I can remember going to get customers cigarettes.
Okay.
See, I think the things changed, and that's because that's why I was asking after last week. I was racking my brain. Did I really black out enough where I couldn't remember the ceiling fans?
Okay,
But,
there's the picture. You see the ceiling fan?
Yeah. That's
But
what
I
Roger
don't
said-
remember it either.
Yeah, Roger said that was the very first staff at the New Orleans club. And look at whoever won here last week. If you look at the sign in the back, get your Confederate hats. They were all wearing Confederate hats instead of skimmers. I just like that was so bizarre. I didn't have any idea.
Yeah,
You
well,
don't think
with this picture, I mean, if it didn't burn down before, somebody'd burn it down now.
Yeah.
But
Very
but
true.
look, at the top of the wall, there's a black area, and I could have sworn that our walls went all the way up because we moved them around on those.
Right, we
those
moved them
tracks.
around. I think you're right, and I remember moving the walls, and I don't remember ever having to get around the ceiling fans. But I
Yeah.
don't know. But this guy right here, can you see my cursor? The guy in the
Yeah.
back, that's Keith
the-
Garston. He was the famous guy who had sex with some girl during Mardi Gras, and they made an award about it.
Do you know anyone else there besides? Well, we turned out Roger's not even in this picture, right?
Yeah, I thought that guy lower right was Roger, but he said that ain't him. So
Yeah.
I thought
It
that
sure looks like Roger. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I thought too. But the upper right is Dalton Diamond, and I don't know if he was ever at any other clubs or not. But yeah,
mhm,
come to think of it, Dalton wasn't playing washboard anymore when I got there. So
yeah, we need to track down Keith Yorston.
Yeah.
Just get him to make a guest appearance.
I mean, he had kind of a smirk on his face, like he was happy.
Yeah.
well, I suppose then, like I was saying to you, Bill, that maybe the first time they tried roll out the barrels with ceiling fans, they decided it wasn't going to work.
Yeah. Yeah.
David, what year did you get to the mustache?
Let's see, 66. It was 67 because that's when we did the Drunkard. But see, I wasn't part of the mustache. But well, actually, now that I think about it too, I can't even remember if the Drunkard came before or after working in the back as cashier. I think it came after, so maybe I got there in 66. I don't know.
I remember seeing Dalton play the washboard in 70, that late.
Oh, well then I see.
Here I am.
There-
Hey,
That's me.
Hey,
That's
Rick.
me.
Hey, Rick.
Hey, Rick.
You know,
What's
Rick
up?
and I started with a day apart when in 70, wasn't it Mardi Gras 71 or 72?
71.
Yeah,
71.
Mardi Gras 71.
Yeah, a couple of days before. We got
Yeah.
the back corners to wait on.
Yeah, we had the employee table where all the,
Yeah.
yeah. Didn't make too much money the first couple nights.
It was a lot of
Are you
fun though.
You started at Mardi Gras?
Yeah,
Right before.
yeah. Tommy Barrios, went to high school with him. And I was working at DH Holmes as a flyer, part-time when I was in college. And Tommy Barrios told me how much money he was making at the Mustache and they were hiring people. And so I should go down, and Bruce Wilson was there. You weren't there. Well, Fred and Roger, neither were there. Bruce Wilson
Yeah.
was assistant manager. And he
Yeah, I saw Bruce. I met
He
Bruce
just told me
too.
if I asked me if I had a white shirt and black pants and come back that night.
See, I can't even remember. Oh, wow. Excellent.
But here's the
Drunkard.
drunkard.
Oh yeah.
This is some stuff from
Formal
Roger.
attire.
Yeah,
I don't-
Roger
I
said he
don't
had
even-
some pictures of the drunkard too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Fred, I mean, that was part of our multimedia presentation was the slides that we did. I mean, Fred must have had hundreds and hundreds, maybe 1,000, maybe more.
Too bad that doesn't say what year it is. It just
Yeah,
said
that would help me.
September 14th, but it doesn't say the year.
Well, that's a formal attire. It must have been a special performance of it. I never remember us requiring people to wear formals to get into the Mustache.
What was the drunkard about? I mean, was it a movie?
It's an
or-
old melodrama play that was written in the 1800s. It's
There it is.
But again, no
Okay, no date.
date. Maybe the other one does.
That's Alex and Jane, but I can't even think of who.
Producer director Fred Hendricks calls his production Before Dinner Theater.
Yeah.
The evening is young, go see it.
yeah,
The cast is fine, all experienced professional actors except for David.
Hey, that's when I made my professional debut.
He was a lawyer, Dave. You were a lawyer, huh?
I was the
Others
villain.
are, here we
I
go.
was the
Others are Karen Clemens as Mary, heroine, David Krippner as lawyer Cribbs.
Lawyer. I was a lawyer.
That's what it says. And Jane Blanchard as demented Agnes.
I was a LaRue's. I was a LaRue's wife.
Oh, LaRue's one? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Tom, when you get a
Yeah, right.
chance, send me that. I'd like to read it more carefully.
Okay.
yeah.
There's
I'd
a,
like to see. Roger did say he had a bunch of old things in his archives. I'd love for him to
He
start
sent
getting
a
this
few
stuff up.
this
Stuff we
week.
haven't seen. Yeah.
I'm assuming that he must have gotten the slides that Fred had. And like I said, there were 1,000 plus maybe.
It seems to me like I saw at some point at the Mustache, somebody had a picture of Fred as the villain. Wasn't he the villain in it?
No, I don't know, because I was there when it started and I was the
Okay.
villain.
Oh, you were the
Fred
villain. Okay. Or-
He did fill in at times.
Oh, okay.
Like I'm sure he filled in for Alex Miller as the
Mhm.
drunkard.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Uh,
I performed in that when I was in Texas, and I don't even remember much about the show because we were giving away free beer to the audience and
You were
they were throwing
drunk.
popcorn at us. And I was drinking as much as the audience was.
Where did you do that in Texas?
Well, when I was living in Texas in 80 to 85, I was still working for the government, but I joined a little community theater there, and we started our own theater troupe.
Oh,
And,
okay.
I used to do a lot of shows out there too. And I was in the Drunkard, but I hardly remember much about it.
I was
Well,
gonna say,
You
I
were
was
drunk.
gonna,
I was drunk.
It was
Audience
a
was
place-
drunk. I was drunk. We all had a good time.
It was a
Billy,
But I
Billy,
they did let me
speaking
lead
of
the-
that,
they
speaking
did
of
let me
that,
lead the sing along at intermission and all that. So I felt at home since I knew all the Mustache songs,
Yeah.
Billy, speaking of the theater, did you see where my granddaughter got the role of Matilda? You
That's
I
saw
saw
it?
that.
fantastic.
You
yeah.
saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that. Yeah.
I'm going to go see it. I'm not shooting them anymore, but I'm going to see a lot of shows. So I'm
Make
definitely
sure
going to
it's double cast, so make sure you go to one she's doing.
Okay. All right.
Sarah.
What
Yeah.
show is it?
Matilda.
Matilda.
She got cast in the lead role.
That's great. Congratulations.
And
Yeah,
it's an adult show. It just has kids in it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a strange show, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
How old is your granddaughter?
I don't know, 9 or 10.
Who is that?
One of the
This is a
turnip seeds.
picture that Roger
Right.
sent. And I want to know if that's
That's
Milton
Fred.
Mary in drag.
Who?
Milton. It looks like Milton to me in drag.
Look like Fred.
Look at those arms.
It doesn't look like Fred though.
No,
Maybe we can get Milton to come on and
I don't know. It looks like
I
the
don't-
dress is cut away in the back there.
I don't think that's Milton.
No, Milton was always kind of stocky.
Yeah.
I think it's too tall for Fred.
Yeah, I think you're
Yeah.
right.
Of course, he's got the wig on, so if
Well,
it's
is Roger checking in today? Maybe he can tell us who that is.
I mean, he just sent me an email about a half an hour ago asking if I got the pictures, and I said, yeah. Maybe I
Okay.
should email him back and say this is the time, because he never gets the time right.
Oh, he was on
Say
early
again.
last week.
Hey, Jim, how you
Hey,
doing?
Jim.
Yeah.
Hey, Jim.
Hi guys, what's up? What's happening, baby?
Now you weren't here last week either, were you?
Yeah, he was
I
there.
was there.
Hey,
You were?
speaking of last week, about a week and a half ago or 2 weeks ago, I had a mini stroke.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Oh,
And I had surgery on last Monday to open up a closed artery in my neck.
Carotid?
Yeah, well, not carotid, no, it was right in here. But,
Okay.
they did the balloon up through the groin. And
Oh,
doing okay
How
now?
are you doing?
You're doing all right, Snake.
yeah, I'm doing fine.
Any limitations that have?
Wow.
It's not good, but I'm doing fine.
Okay.
Did they put a stent in it?
But they
How-
opened
how-
up, this was 90% blocked, so they opened it up.
Mm.
I heard that this is because I have my carotid arteries checked, and they say that they don't do anything until it's over 70%.
No.
So this was
Yeah.
90.
Yeah, mine were 30% blocked and they said, yeah, like that, but it's been that way for a while. Yeah, so.
But I,
Snake.
that wasn't a lot of fun, that mini stroke.
I can imagine.
What were your symptoms? How did it feel? What was?
Kind of a headache and a real pain and pulling down in here, and it lasted about an hour and a half.
Oh,
There's
Was there-
Roger.
Did you go to the
There's
doctor right
Roger.
away?
No, that's my mistake. But
Oh.
I finally called my
Roger.
primary doctor, and he said,
Say, Roger.
So,
Hey,
Roger,
Roger.
Hey, Roger,
Raj,
How y'all doing today?
doing all
we're
right.
doing.
We were just catching up here with Snake. He had a mini stroke and was in the hospital. How long were you in the hospital?
4 days.
4 days.
Wow.
That's
And,
4 days too long.
Tell me. But I've been poked. I had, I think, 3 CAT scans and 1 MRI, and
Oh,
she,
Jesus.
Oh, wait a minute.
Wow.
Not fun, not fun.
But do you feel better? Well, I know you feel better than you were when you're having a stroke, but were you having some symptoms before that you didn't even realize that the
Not that I'm
blockage
aware
was
of.
affecting you?
not that I'm aware of.
No, okay.
Doing good now, though. That's good.
Yeah.
No,
There's a misconception. When I had my stroke, it didn't hurt at all. There was no feeling.
Yeah.
Really?
How'd you
There
know
was
you had a
I
stroke?
had no pain, huh?
No,
How'd
I
you know you had a stroke?
When did I have a stroke?
How did you know it?
How do I know it? My whole left side went out. I couldn't walk.
Oh,
Well, that's a sign.
The whole left side. I couldn't scratch my nose or anything.
oh, Jesus.
Scotty
wow.
carried me to the car and brought me to the emergency room.
Damn.
Wow.
But,
Hard.
but it didn't hurt. I can tell you that. It didn't hurt.
You didn't have any feeling.
mine hurt like hell.
So Barry, how did they treat it?
They went,
They put some
they went up through my groin and put a stent in.
Mhm.
What did they do?
That's a
For
long
me-
road, huh?
for me, the way they treated mine, because I got to the emergency room within 3 hours, they
Yeah.
put this drug called TPA and they pumped it into my brain. And what that did was repair the damage. And
Wow.
4 days later, I was able to walk out the hospital.
Man.
Wow.
But
But did they have-
at the time, for 4 days, my whole left side wouldn't work. Couldn't walk, couldn't do anything.
Wow.
Couldn't wipe
When
my
was
ass,
this?
you know?
When was it, Barry?
I didn't go in right away. I figured I'd get a hell of a headache.
Yeah.
Finally, I was having a little trouble reading. And so I finally called my primary doctor and he sent me over to a emergency room.
Mhm.
Jesus.
And they
Well,
kept,
Barry, you didn't have any blockage or anything?
yeah,
No, mine was caused from AFib.
AFib,
I
okay.
have AFib, and that's
All
what
right.
caused my stroke.
Right. But yeah, no, but Snake said he had blockage. Yeah, well, I had a heart attack back in the year 2000 and I've been okay ever since then. But my symptoms was like about the week before I was doing video jobs and all of a sudden my camera and everything felt twice as heavy as it was, like I was getting weak or
Really?
tired. And then I woke up one morning in a cold sweat and I could hardly get out of the bed. And Bonnie took me to the emergency room and I was having a heart attack and it didn't feel like you see with the chest pain and all that. It just, I had 99% blockage of an artery that feeds your heart. And they went in through my groin and cleared it out within an hour of me getting to the hospital. There happened to be a cardiologist there because somebody thought they were having a heart attack, but the guy wasn't. And doctor walks over and sees my EKG and he says, "You're having a heart attack. You need to get that blocked, unblocked."
How was this when you were,
And so it was like a miracle. He said, if I would have waited longer, I could have had permanent damage, but
Jesus, man.
was this when you were living in Dallas?
no, as I was living here, it was March 1st of 2000. I had a Mardi Gras, I had a job that Friday. I was supposed to go meet Luke Perry at the airport for Crew of Bacchus, and I had all kind of other stuff to do. And after they cleared the blockage, I felt better. And I said, "Oh, good, I got to go to have a job Friday." And the doctor says, "You're not going anywhere." And he gave me to Norman, which slows down everything. And I couldn't have gone anywhere if I took that,
well,
I think I need to go get checked because a few minutes ago I was taking a leak. It felt twice as heavy.
in your dreams.
Yeah, twice as heavy as what?
I don't recommend it to anybody.
No, I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm glad you're good.
Boy, I'm black and blue all over.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a long way to get to where it's going, coming through your groin too. That's what they did me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Barry, how long were you in the hospital?
4 days.
Yeah, okay, but Barry, how long were you?
4 days.
Same thing for you,
When
Bill?
did this happen, Barry?
Oh, this is about 6-7 years ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
I remember Mike came and stayed with you to take care
Mike
of you.
Jenkins came and stayed
Yeah.
like 9 or 10 days
Mhm.
because at that point I still was having trouble getting around.
Yeah.
wow.
It takes a licking and keeps on ticking.
Yeah.
The time
Speaking of stroke, show Roger that picture and ask him who that girl is.
Yeah, Roger, we're thinking I think that's Draga Milton.
No.
That's Carlita. Carolyn.
Who? Your girlfriend?
Carolyn.
She's from across the street.
Well, no, she, I met Carolyn in Mexico. On one of my journeys.
Oh, one of
You
those.
drove
No, no.
Rosie down to Mexico?
And
Peter, is that across the street? Oh,
Yeah.
She lived in Nebraska, but I made good contact with her. Actually, I took a lot of photographs of her down at the beach, just her and I, and a scarf around her head.
Mhm.
Where was this picture?
But then I called her when I got back to New Orleans, because in those days you had to get a phone number and address. Couldn't get on the internet or anything. So I called her and said, "Why don't you come down to New Orleans for us?" "I can't do that." I said, "I'm going to send you an airplane ticket. Just come on down. You can live with me." So she came on down.
Huh.
Not a while. And she went with me down to pick the car up. And you notice I didn't have any your father's mustache sign on the side of it yet. I kept it to myself for a little while.
You're pretending like it's your own car.
And then after that, then she lived with me in New Orleans for a while. And she's a little sweetheart. Real nice. Real nice.
Roger,
Have
what
another
kind of
picture.
car, what kind of undercarriage was that? Usually it's a
It was a
certain
Ford.
car.
It was a
It's
Ford.
a Ford. I think 1930 something Ford, but it had a Mustang engine in it.
Yeah.
It was real funny. I'd be going down the highway because I picked it up, I guess, in Palm Springs, is that right? Or Palm Beach down in Florida. And we drove it all the way back to New Orleans. I'm just passing people on the highway with this damn thing. People are looking at us like, how's that car going that fast?
That's where you picked it up, was in Palm Beach?
Yeah. They have a company down there that made those, replicas of older cars. Did you show
Danny
me another
Rubio
picture?
and I drove it back from New Orleans to New York after the fire.
Tom, did you show him that other picture of the car?
I'm trying to find it.
It came with that badge.
I got this picture of this dude standing by it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those were the good old days.
Bell bottoms. I love the bell bottoms.
Yeah, man.
Oh, my word.
Jean jacket.
That looks like City Park or something there.
I
Yeah.
love City Park, exactly.
Okay.
We went out to City Park, took some pictures, and drove around, just had a good time. Then she finally went back to Nebraska. So,
Did Fred take this picture?
no, I took the first picture. She took this picture.
Oh, okay.
I have this was actually off of a slide. I've been downloading some my slides that I have from my travels. I'm gonna try to put a nice little program together for some of my adventures and travels around the United States and Mexico and Central America.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing more of the old stuff.
Yeah, those are, I have some really interesting pictures because in New Mexico and I took a girlfriend down there with me one time, and we just stayed in all the huts and everything with the people that lived in them and on the beach sides. We didn't hardly stay in any hotels ever. Now that one.
Yes, Mr. Wolf. Yeah.
And
Terrific.
Fast Eddie.
and that's Carol.
Fast Eddie Ali.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but who's behind the girl with the fingers?
That's what I don't know. Tom, do you know who that is?
No, I don't. Unless I don't know. I mean, it could be Kent because we were together a lot, but I don't think so.
But if you look at the shadows on the ground, there's somebody.
Yes, and the fingers.
Down. Yeah.
I don't remember. I took the picture, I guess. So I don't know.
I'm on the porch.
That's you on the porch?
Oh yeah, that's right. Is that Valmont?
Who was that on the porch? I don't know.
Valmont, yeah.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Yeah.
Valmont Street.
No, that's over on Constant Street, I believe. It's uptown New Orleans.
Yeah, I thought it was where David used to live.
No,
It looks exactly like it.
no, that's
We had an awning on that other house.
I lived in that house and on the main level, and upstairs, one of the owners of the warehouse group lived upstairs above me. And then from there, Les Moore got a hold of me and said, there's a house for rent over on Chestnut Street. So I went over and looked at that. At least that. That's when I moved over to Chestnut and
It is facing the wrong way from Valmont.
Yeah. I remember a lot of the mustache people lived on Delachase Street for a while. They had like a commune or whatever. Seemed like a lot of them were staying in apartments there.
I think that was Esplanade, Bill.
Yeah, the Esplanade was a big. Yeah, we had a big party out there too. In the lot.
I used to keep the fire truck behind that. I lived out there. Fred lived out there, and Bob Osborne lived there.
Mad Dog lived there.
Who?
John Leonard, Mad Dog.
Yeah, the Mad Dog.
He had a little apartment in there.
There's a picture of Cape Cod. As you can see, we all had our drinks at the table.
I see Ed over there, Edwin. That's Edwin, right on the left.
No, Edwin wasn't Cape Cod.
I guess everybody looked the same.
Well, who's that?
Is Russell back here?
That's Russell all the way in the back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Russell cooked all of our meals.
Hopefully they'll show up first of the week.
Yeah.
He was a character, as anyone who had met him knew that. That's the time Russell couldn't find his Wilson's, which is what he drank, and the slogan of Wilson's was "That's all." Wilson, that's all. Russell would always say that, and I've told this story before. Like one day he couldn't find his Wilson's, and he's getting angry with people. All right, get my damn Wilson's. He was cooking something. All of a sudden, it had this strange smell coming out of the oven. He opened the oven. It hit his Wilson's in the oven. It was cooking up.
Yeah.
He had to get it out
I
quick.
guess that's better than hiding your Johnson in the oven.
Yeah.
Hey, watch your mouth.
Yeah.
We ate like that every day in the kitchen. You know, we had a nice breakfast and dinner. It was a pretty cool thing.
I say with those burgers he used to cook at the Mustache in New York. were good.
Yeah, he was cooking mustache in New York. He'd
So
come
New
out.
York and Cape Cod had food. Did any of the other clubs serve food?
Now, if you look closely at this picture, you'll see two Iras in this picture.
Oh, I should wait for later to put it up. I mean, it's 15 minutes until Ira's going to show up.
Well, Ira Gutman and somewhere else also.
Dexter.
You're dancing with little Ira and big Ira's in the back.
Yeah, exactly. That's Dennis, and I'm in the center, and that's my my friend Suzanne Lopez.
We don't have inspection stickers either, so any piece of trash.
She traveled. We were doing a big carnival in New Haven, but it started raining out, so we had to go inside this big building and finish it off. It was a fun time. We had all kinds of booths and everything. The band was there.
Was that year that Joel did that party out at his farm or something in New Haven and grease pig contest and grease pole contest and all that in 1970, somewhere in 70? Was that it?
Somewhere in the early 70s, I think. Yeah, I don't think this was at his farm. I think this was somewhere in the middle of New Haven. We had all kinds of vendors there, and a radio show guy, and pies and cakes and foods, and of course the mustache was of entertainment.
So what year do you think that was?
This was in the early 70s, or late 60s. We had some other pictures I have inside this venue here, a pie eating contest.
Did you send that? Should I look for it?
I didn't send that one.
Okay.
I have pictures where the pie eating and pie throwing started, which was in Cape Cod in '65. It's quite a sight to see. I'll send it next time.
You would have pie throwing contests in Cape Cod?
Well, yeah, pie in the face.
Yeah. But
That's where it started. '65, we started it up there.
yeah.
And then
Was it with the waiters or was it you hit the customers with them?
no, just the waiters.
Okay.
The customers. And sometimes band members got involved. I remember in New Orleans, one of the managers there put a pie in Joe's place, I believe.
Yeah. No, we did it to waiters at the Mustache for their birthdays sometimes, get them up on the bar and hit them with a few pies. But they were like, we would just fill things up with shaving cream.
Yeah, well, we stopped. I didn't like that shaving cream. That was nasty shit.
Yeah.
I have a picture of, I'll send it somewhere next week of, I'm throwing a pie in Fred's face of a Cape Cod, but it's a big chocolate cream pie. Real nice pie and real big. Here's the guys coming, the New York crew.
I'll let you know what we're gonna do.
Coming
So is this Mardi Gras or something?
at Mardi Gras. I'd rented a place down, so they're at Bourbon, New Orleans. So on down, I think it was on Esplanade. So they had to roll their beds down to Esplanade, I believe. And I rented all the beds because I told them I had a bed in the room. I just didn't tell them they weren't at the same spot. So this was in
They
one of
didn't
the
look too
newspapers.
upset about it.
No, they didn't care. They're there.
That picture's right outside of Fritzl's, right across the street, that picture.
Orleans, yeah, Fritzl's is
Orleans, yeah.
down on the left-hand side, I believe.
Well, I remember bringing a bunch of mattresses upstairs to the room upstairs for waiters to flop on that were coming from out of town.
Well, they just, but there was so full of storage,
Yeah.
we kept, getting more hats and more mugs.
Mhm.
And so we just needed that storage space upstairs for storage and also for Mardi Gras Day. That front part of the upstairs, I had to decorate up like a little bar at one time. I have some pictures of that too, where, Mardi Gras Day, we can go up there and go inside and walk out on the patio, etc.
Mhm.
Yeah, those boxes of hats were light, but they took a lot of space.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. You didn't want to waste the space. There was a lot of money in those hats. I think they cost $0.25 to make or something. We sold them for $1.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Here's an old picture of some of the guys playing at Preservation Hall.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
look at there. That's a great picture.
Yeah, that is.
Sure is.
That's
Maynard.
Benu in the background, right?
Manu, Mike Gentry, Danny Rubio, Maynard, myself, and Peter
Yeah,
Babcock.
Peter Babcock at Preservation Hall.
that's a
Oh,
great
okay.
photo.
It's a nice picture.
And a great place to play, Jesus.
Did anybody make any recordings of it, or y'all just?
No, a lot of photos though.
Yeah.
Danny's girlfriend Tracy took probably 200 photos of that whole 2 hours we played.
Okay. Yeah, Danny and Tracy aren't together anymore, I don't think.
No, they're divorced.
The page is turned.
Yeah.
And
Tom, I'm gonna have to run. Gotta go pick up my wife from work and everything.
okay.
All right,
Okay, see
Rick.
ya.
Well, Sam,
Thank
so
you.
long.
Thank
See
you.
you, Rick.
Take care, Rick.
Get you later, Nick.
See you next week.
Got a wife that still works. Jesus, that's life, man. Woo.
My wife still works.
Woo.
She works.
Living the life. All right.
It just happened. I don't know how. It wasn't planned. Just
So was that old joke about a musician that didn't have a girlfriend or a wife? What do you call one?
Homeless.
Homeless and hungry, huh? Homeless and
Bill, you have lots of screens behind you there.
yeah, this is where I work. I'm officially retired, but I haven't unloaded all my gear yet.
Right.
I have like 30 something years of archives that I'm starting to transfer for people if they want them. If they don't, I'm throwing them away. I don't have any room anymore.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
30 years worth. Jeez.
Yeah. I had a lot of regular customers. I would do their stuff every year. So I have a lot of the stuff is on everything from old SVHS tape to high 8 to digital 8 to Betamax, Betacam. And they're all sitting in boxes in storage and I'm paying rent on it.
Nothing in stone.
No, I haven't done papyrus a little bit, but some claymations, yeah.
All right. Well, to keep things moving, I pulled a couple of John clips.
Oh, yeah.
John, every week the newcomer tells when they get started with the mustache and what clubs they worked in. Go ahead, you're the new guy. So
Oh, God, I see him around.
you got 30
Turn
seconds.
your camera
All right.
off.
I started in the New York club when it first opened, which was right after there was this third club. There was the Boston Club and the Cape Cod Club. And then I was with the club all the way through. I started as a bookkeeper, and then I worked at night as a waiter. And then I just worked my way up. I went from bookkeeper to accountant to I was the purchasing agent. I wound up, I was the St. Louis manager for a while. I just went everywhere. And then I became the auditor. My job was to go around to every club, and I'd go into the club and I'd sit at the bar. I wouldn't tell the manager I was there. I'd sit at the bar and I have a clicker and I'd click to make sure that the doorman wasn't cheating. I had you guys, we had things on you. We had eyes on you guys all the time. All the time we had guys on you. And who knew if you cheated? By the time half the night was over, I lost track.
And then you went to Harry Lip Productions and made us all stars.
That was
That's
now that was mine. That wasn't my fault. That was
What
Ron.
club opened after Boston?
That was Ron Gall's fault. This is after Gall. Joe got approached by a guy to come and do his do an out of the club show. It was I don't remember what kind. Anyway, he's charging $500, and all of a sudden, Joe realized he can make money outside of the club. So then he got this great idea, and you guys are really gonna love this. Joe got the idea the only people who could run this group was another musician. Oh, I don't hear any laughter over there. So Ron Gall was the guy he picked. But Ron is now the manager of the Harry Lip Productions. Okay. Okay.
John, I want to tell you that I used your bookkeeping system when I eventually went into business. It's so easy and it all makes sense. So I owe a lot to you. Thank you.
The light and brightness you brought into my heart, you never. See, I may be old, but I still got it. Anyway, Ron goes in the office one day, and these two Italian-looking guys walk in, and they say to him, "Give me the money." And he says, "There is no money here." And they say again, "Give me the money." And they slap him. And he says, "There is no money here." And they take out a gun and they shoot. And they shot at his head, right by his head, and the bullet stuck in the wall. And that's when he pissed his pants. He called up Joe and he says, "I quit." So Joe says to me, "Can you do something in the meantime? We got these jobs." "Sure, I can do that. I can do anything." So we go on the jobs and I see how little we're being paid for how much it's costing. So the next job, instead of charging $500, I charged $2,000. And after that, it was all money. And then of course, I met Chip Slang and he made me rich.
Okay.
That was great. Thank you.
That's cool.
Yeah, John kept things going.
Always have a beautiful story to tell.
He didn't hold to 30 seconds, Barry.
Yeah.
John was talking about he didn't say he had a stroke, but he said that his neck artery was clogged, and the doctor finally opened it up, and that was right before he died. But he was feeling really good then because he wasn't dizzy anymore. Then I think COVID got him.
Yeah. I'm so glad that you preserve those people talking history, though, because like I said, those are memories that are worth saving. Yeah.
I can remember when John was doing that, going around to different clubs and checking them out and setting up the bar. And I was in New Orleans at the time, and he came in, and I think I was doing the books and just waiting to be a bartender. I can remember him. He was so funny when he talked to you about, why is this over here? Why are you putting this over there? But he was very kind of controlling to make sure everything was run right. And they said, "You're doing a good job." The next thing I know, they called and want me to go out to Denver and help open that club up. John was a good guy.
Yeah.
I did a Canadian tour with the show van, and we did Alberta and British Columbia and all that, and he was on the trip, so I got to spend some good time with him.
Oh, I bet, yeah. Well, everybody happy at the Super Bowl?
Halftime show sucks.
What's Super Bowl? What's a Super Bowl?
Yeah. No, I took a break.
I had no dog in that fight. So I didn't really care.
Yeah, me either.
It was fun to watch, I thought.
I agree with you, Pete. Halftime sucked.
nobody got blown out and it wasn't, so it's pretty exciting in some ways.
But the bet was 4 points. The
Oh, was it really?
And they won by 3. So
Right.
So I was wondering about that one, how that all worked. I'm not sure about gambling.
We didn't cover.
Yeah, if you took Cincinnati in 4, you won.
You bet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
A lot of people did take Cincinnati.
Yeah.
They thought Cincinnati was going to win. Magic boy from LSU.
Yeah. I frankly think that Green Bay could beat either team, but that's the way it goes.
Well, there's a nice picture. Is that Bob Vanasak in the back?
I think so. Look like him.
Over
Yeah.
on the left.
Talking about a character.
Yeah.
Where was this taken at? In New York.
Yeah, all I remember is the New York stories about the bananas,
Right.
I played side with him for a long time.
I see Danny Rubio back there. I see
Yeah.
Joel. I
Yeah.
see, what's the trombone players? And Jesse Dent.
I'll see where's the, oh, there's on the far right.
Far right. That's Jesse Denton.
I don't know him.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Who is the trombone player that was also a narc for the police department? There was one of the trombone players.
I don't remember that, Peter.
Did he play in New Orleans?
No, in the New York club.
Oh, okay.
Tell me, ask again, Peter. I didn't hear you the first time.
Who is the trombone player in the New York club? He was not a regular, he was a sub. There was also a narcotics detective.
Dick Drywitz.
Hmm.
Dick Drywitz is an narc detective. He was, in fact, he was a narc detective until he did a big bust and the New York Times covered it, and so he lost his job.
Wow.
Hey, who's the banjo player in this shot standing next to Tara, to Tara's left?
I've been trying to figure that out.
Looks like Condry.
No,
It looks like Bill Dern, but I don't think so.
yeah, it's not Condry.
No.
For a second, I thought it might have been Ronnie Bill, but he was too
No.
young there.
No.
No, it's not Ronnie Bill.
Yeah.
Wasn't Ronnie left-handed?
No.
Yeah, I posted the picture, but it was one of those things I just collected from different people's sites, so I didn't have any names with it.
But that's like 73. That's late.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, guys, I need to go.
Okay.
Oh, good night, Pete.
All right, Pete. Thanks for coming.
All right,
See you
Peter.
later, bud.
Hey,
See you
Pete,
next week.
take care.
Make
Bye-bye.
sure-
Well,
Thank you on behalf of Orlando for the sprinkler work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take off too, guys. It's good to see all of you.
Okay, Mike, thanks for stopping by.
Good night.
I'll catch up with you next week.
Okay.
Hey, Mike.
All right.
Bye, Mike.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so now they're gone, Roger. You can tell us the real secrets.
Okay.
What secret you want to hear?
Tell us all the dirt about you and Carlita.
Oh, Carlita. She
Oh.
was. It's funny how I met her because she was traveling with a group of people from Nebraska. I have a real cute picture of her. I'll have to find it. I was invited over in my little camper area. Edwin and I were there. And I said, here, look at this beautiful hammock I just bought up in Oaxaca. Well, she got in this hammock. She just looks as cute as can be. That's when I invited her down to the beach to take some pictures. But she was very open about it and everything. I said, here, I had a bandana on. I took my bandana. I said, just put that on your head. Just take everything else off. I want to take some pictures of you. I said, sure. I have to keep those pictures well hid. There's a good family photo right there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on here.
Billy Herbert, my goodness.
I'm not
I
sure.
haven't
what
seen
that-
him in a while.
Wow, there.
There's Jeff,
That is
Manu, Christine,
Yep.
Joel.
Bandu's back there, isn't it?
Badu, Old Swang.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff. Wow. Was this-
Jeff never missed a camera he didn't like.
And Christine.
Was that on a college, some college tour or something?
Must have been. Must have been. That's Billy Herbert in the middle.
God, everybody looks so young, Jesus.
They were. Look at that.
No, what the hell?
I've seen some pictures of all of us when we were a lot younger. I don't know how we would have done this job if we were older.
Speak for yourself, young man.
Yeah.
When I first got with the show band, we wore vests like that with knickers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Switched over. Did any of you guys get that CD that Steve Yoakum put out?
I didn't get the CD. I see a lot of the clips.
Called Shake That Thing? Well, I have one of them.
Where'd you get it?
Huh?
Where'd you get it?
I think Joel sent it to me
Oh,
a while back. He said he's gonna send it to me. It has 16 songs on it. Real nice sound and everything.
I saw a thing on YouTube where he was playing in Europe.
that's right. 'Cause you live
Yeah.
there.
They live
Yeah,
there, yeah.
really close to when he died, and he was,
They live in
he was
Holland?
great. It was some contest.
Yeah, I think, yeah, he won, it was a senior contest of,
Yeah, he was playing and then singing, and it was really
yeah,
touching.
and he came in second, I think. And
That's right. That's right.
Europe's version of The Voice Senior.
what was yeah, it wasn't like a voice because they didn't have to turn chairs around, I don't think.
No, it was just called, I think it was called The Voice or the Senior Voice.
Yeah, oh yeah, it was seniors.
Something like that.
Yeah, like America Got Talent, but with seniors. And
Right.
yeah, I watched. He kept sending me photos of. I kept real close in touch with him. Right, I was in New Orleans right after Fred died, and Steve was playing down there. So I flew back down to do this celebration of life. So I hooked up with Steve. I said, Steve, you want to go over to Mississippi? We said, yeah, I'm going over. I said, are you driving? He said, I'll drive over. I said, okay, pick me up. So he picks me up. I'm at Barry Kaiser's house. I get out and I get in his car. It's August now. He doesn't have any air conditioner. I said, Jesus, he didn't tell me he didn't have an air conditioner. And Steve was a heavy smoker, cigarettes. So here I am driving over to Mississippi and no air conditioner, he's smoking cigarettes. He's telling me all kinds of interesting life stories about he and his family and his son and his girl that he's living with in Holland, I believe. Did any of you ever meet her?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
I
knew her well.
Was she a nice person?
Yeah.
Yeah. But he left her in Holland. He came back to New Orleans.
When did Steve die? Do you remember?
Well, he died in Holland.
Yeah, but what do you remember when he passed?
He died 1 year ago last week.
Yeah.
Because he was on the Zoom meeting like 2 weeks before, I think.
Yeah.
Before he
Close
died.
to it, yeah. Close to it, yeah.
Because he was going to have some surgery. Yeah.
He wanted to stay in New Orleans. That's what I was concerned about. How he got along with his girlfriend. In fact, he made this comment. It was very strange to. Oh, look at that picture. Every night's New Year's Eve. It's about right. Bill Higbee.
You always could tell him because of the left-handed banjo player.
Yeah.
Billy Higbee, sure.
Yeah. He's not alive anymore, is he?
No.
No, he died.
No, he's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was alive at Carnegie. We saw him there. Remember, he was hooked up to oxygen.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh, okay. Did he play on stage or was he?
Yeah.
Okay. That's the biggest tuba I can remember on the stage.
Wow.
That is big, isn't it?
It's like the trombone player would be whacking into the back of it, huh? Yeah. Yeah. I'm just throwing up random pictures. I don't know. Just, yeah. But I'd love to see some of those Drunkard pictures and all that you got from back at the Mustache. That was just before I started when y'all performed plays there.
I sent Tom a picture of the drunkard.
Yeah, he showed us the clipping and the, I
Yeah,
just didn't know if you said you had a bunch more, I thought you said, but.
I just have that advertisement. It was in the paper. There's Stevie.
Oh, is that Fritzl's? Yeah.
Yeah.
So Barry, you're playing French Quarter Fest outside the Fritzl's stage?
I'm not sure what the plans are, Billy, but I'm
Okay.
sure I'll be involved in it.
Yeah. I was hoping to wander the quarter and just catch all my friends out there.
I'd really love to come down for that sometime. I'll have to.
Yeah, I would do that before I do the Jazz Fest actually again.
Oh,
Absolutely.
I am not interested in Jazz Festival at all.
Yeah.
Well, you hear a lot of Louisiana and New Orleans music at the New Orleans Festival, Music Fest. It's just fun. And you just walk in, there's no fee, so free music all day long.
Next Tuesday is Mardi Gras. Has the excitement started yet?
2 Tuesdays from now.
2 Tuesdays.
Yeah, it's the first.
Yeah,
Oh,
March
that's right,
1st.
First, sure. Right.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my calendar. I got a week ahead here.
Well, the parades are starting tonight. They got parades, they blocking off streets right now.
Yeah, they had
Really?
they've already had they had the French Quarter parade. Oh, there you go.
Good night. Mike Genry is a boy. Woof. Jeez.
Bill Club?
That's the Denver Club band at Mardi Gras 73.
Yeah, Condry, Mike,
Condry, Mike, Bill,
and
and Gene.
LeBeau.
Gene LeBeau, yeah. My Lord.
He's
Woof.
he's working a lot now. Did you?
Yes, he is. I should get the notes from him all this.
Hey, he keeps sending me things. God, man, guys all over the place. And Bill Clark, he's just a fantastic tuba player
Yeah, he is.
and a great teacher. I had the great opportunity to go with him up in the mountains. And when I was working in Denver, he had a cabin up there. So we were up there and he had his tuba with us. He says, "Come on, take a walk with me." I said, "Okay." So we walked over to this cliff. And he started playing his tuba out over the cliff. And you could just hear it roaring out. And also the echo would start coming back. And he'd play it a little more. It would roll out and the sound would come back. I thought, oh my gosh.
Isn't Mike married to Bill's sister? Toots?
Yes.
What year do you think this was, Barry?
What year?
Yeah.
That was 73, Mardi Gras 73.
Okay. Yeah, I remember the striped pants and all that.
Well, we all laughed at him because they came on with the Denver Club band and they thought they were hot shit, with their, so we all laughed at them,
I remember we would salute him every once in a while.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
There's some pretty good musicians there.
Yeah. No,
Exactly.
Mardi Gras was a trip at your father's mustache. I mean, that's
Yep.
when it started, and it was a lot of work. It was just like nonstop.
A lot of work.
Some of my best fun for 2 Mardi Gras, being the band leader down there, was scheduling for Mardi Gras, mixing and matching all the different bands.
Yeah.
I mean, this is one, there was one, the way we worked it out was one shift you got to play with your regular band from whatever club you were with, but then it was all mix and match.
Sure.
And that was the fun of it. The real fun was mix and match. And more than that was we had more people sitting in.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't unusual to have 4 banjo players, 2 trombone players up there at one time.
Well, everybody was having a great time and they just wanted to jam up there. It was
Right.
great. I remember we were trying to get the crowd to turn over and Joel was playing.
It was fun. It was fun, but it was a lot of work, I remember.
I wonder if Joe said, "Joe, we got people wanting to get in. We need to take a break." I want to get a turnover. People are just standing at the tables now. They were drunk. We need to get some fresh people in there. Oh, okay.
When they got a chance to get off the street and have a place with a bathroom, it was kind of hard to get rid of them.
That's true, yeah. Hey, I gotta go. I'm cooking dinner. It's my wife's birthday tonight, so I'm the.
Tell her happy birthday.
Tell her
Fred.
happy birthday for us.
I'm
Hi,
the
Jim.
chef. I'm the
Yeah.
chef. So
Hi,
see
Jim.
you next week, guys. Be well.
Okay.
Okay. Should have just got her to bring her in the Zoom meeting. We could sing to her.
Some of those Mardi Gras were electric because you could do nothing, the crowd would go crazy.
Yeah. I couldn't find it, but I was browsing my little clips, but they're so small. But I did have a picture of Steve Yoakum at one of those mustache Mardi Gras pictures. I was standing in the foreground waiting on a table, but Steve Yoakum was with the band. But it was one of those sets, like you said, people were sitting in because there was probably about 10 people on the stage. Yeah.
That was the biggest problem we had, not enough room on the bandstand.
I'm standing on the side.
But the funny thing is, for working as many hours as we did, it just went by so fast. I mean, you basically didn't have time to do anything, but we go run, take water, run to the back. You know,
I was exhausted after those Mardi Gras.
go getting more kegs out the back to roll into the cooler. You know, full kegs. Remember that one Mardi Gras? Didn't we blow like 70 something kegs? And
I remember we ran out of beer, and I was behind the bar, and Joel comes back there, and we started popping
Schlitz tall boys
and filling up the thing with that, and it was like, you know, he just got us all into it. We're like, okay, fine.
Yeah, that was the time I had to call Schlitz. I said, man, we're going to run out of beer. You need to get down there. Well, we can't get down there. The streets packed. I said, I tell you what, you get down here, we're going to be serving Budweiser. Oh, Roger, wait. I think we can get a truck through there. So I think you can too. Get on down.
I remember that we were constantly, because we had the keg stacked 3 high in the cooler.
Yeah.
And then we ran through every one of those. We didn't have enough room to put blown kegs, and we would have to get we rolled in a few new ones. We even used our pony kegs that we used at the sidebar.
Yeah.
Everything was gone. Everything. Yeah.
I just remember delivering the pitcher of beer to the customer with about 3-inch head on it.
Oh,
because
God.
Roger would be back there, and you try to explain to him, that's to let the beer air out, you know, to let the fragrance. And they're like, yeah, bullshit.
Yeah.
But I remember back there popping open the two 16-ounce tall boys, pouring in a pitcher, so it's 32 ounces of beer, filling it with ice water, taking a swizzle stick, swizzling around and out to the tables.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody loved it.
So it was
I mean, I don't know what was going on that day, but they had a lot of drinkers in there.
half beer, half ice water.
Mhm.
$3.25.
It's a good
Welcome to
price.
Mardi Gras.
Yeah, but didn't we go? We used to sell those Schlitz tall boys at the beer stand window, I think, and I think we went through all those too. Is that what they delivered to us? More cases of Schlitz, or did they roll some kegs
No,
down?
they rolled kegs.
They
Yeah.
brought next to us.
They brought kegs. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they weren't. We weren't interested in cans of beer.
I remember I won some kind of contest at the Mustache, and the prize was a 6-pack of the Schlitz tall boys I got to bring home.
Yeah.
So you're drinking beer all night, and my prize was I get to go home with a 6-pack of Schlitz tall boys.
Oh, great. And we used to, well, the prizes away in those beer guzzling contests. Remember when you'd get a free chicken dinner anywhere in town or a free fish dinner?
Mhm.
And the winner would bring out a live chicken. And to the guy, and for the free fish dinner, would bring out a dead fish on a string.
I remember when we'd have poultry night and everybody would get a free goose at the door.
Yeah, right. Well, some people kept going in and out though.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it was a trip.
Yeah.
I think, honest to God, 4 years of college, and I learned more about dealing with people and probably, overcoming things and having stamina, working there than I did in college. That's for sure.
Oh,
It was such a fun place. I mean, Kent and I, we had no idea what your father's mustache was. We ended up there on a Saturday night because it was the first night in town. And we went in and we drank a lot of beer, probably blew all the money we had for the first week. And then I wrecked our truck that night. And then we met this beautiful, then we parked this wrecked truck along Canal Street and slept in it for a couple nights. And we went to the Tourism Commission one day trying to find the library because we were so broke. And we meet this beautiful girl. Remember Barbara? And Barbara let us stay at her house. And as usual, Kent slept with her and I slept on the couch. Then after about 2 weeks of that, well, she knew you guys, she knew David. So she got us jobs at Mustache. But then she comes in about a week later and says, you got to move out because I'm getting arrested tonight. Then like 2 days later, she's working for the sheriff's department. She was the weirdest girl, but she was great to us.
What was her last name?
I have no idea. Kent might remember, but
yeah,
she was great. Oh, Schultz or something. Barbara Schultz. Yeah.
Barbara Schultz. Okay.
Look, she was Schultz from Hogan's Heroes. That was his daughter.
Really? Yeah, Sergeant Schultz's daughter. I hear nothing.
But we had such a good time, and then when we got jobs there, it was great. And then I remember meeting Billy the first night I worked because all the waiters got on the bar, and I thought, I'm not going to do that. Then I thought, well, Kent's going to start tomorrow night, and he'll do it. So I got up there, and then the thing's over, and I get down, and Billy goes, "Wow, man, nobody gets up there the first night." And I go, "Okay."
I'm in.
Yeah. Well, they put the strobe lights on and you just play like you know the words and you sing and dance, Yeah.
You gotta run, guys.
Okay.
Bye, Snake. I hope you keep feeling better.
Keep feeling better, Snake.
Yeah,
Yeah,
take care of
Snake.
yourself.
Yeah.
Glad you did all right. Take care.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that was nice.
So Joel sent me an email yesterday looking for tapes of the Carnegie concert.
Somebody posted a whole thing on YouTube.
Yeah, I thought they were on YouTube.
I wrote him back, emailed him back. I said, Chris Fenimore's got all that. And it just so happened that yesterday, Chris Fenimore posted the whole concert on Facebook.
What concert at the Carnegie Hall?
Carnegie Hall.
If you go to Chris Fenimore's page and scroll down a little bit, a couple of times, you'll get the whole concert.
It's just
they cut the waiters out of that one, but I mean, the only time we got to sing that they cut all that out. I bought the DVD and I think it's still sitting in a box somewhere.
Is he the one that has a picture of the banjo case? Says your father's mustache. It just shows a case of the banjo on Facebook.
I don't know.
Not sure.
Well, because I clicked that on and it had the video of the first reunion up at New Haven on it, and it showed the whole thing.
I think his website is just called Your Father's Mustache, period.
Yeah, but it has a picture of a banjo case with your father's mustache on the front of it.
I don't think that's it. I think that's another.
Well, this had the whole. I just looked at it yesterday. It had the whole thing of our first reunion. When we're in New Haven, then we went in that night and ate, and then Joe did that great presentation about your father's mustache. And
that was great, Roger, don't you think? That was terrific.
That was the best reunion. Then when the curtain opened up, there was your father's mustache. I could not believe it.
That was the best one.
Everybody went nuts. That was so much fun. Plus, the weather was nice. We were outside for a while. And
yeah,
it was a great.
That was the best one.
Absolutely. I loved it.
I remember, Barry, you reached out to me to let me know about it, but I had jobs that week. Because I wish I could have been there for everything I hear.
And that was absolutely great.
Yeah. Oh well. Back then I was working almost every weekend. I had jobs booked a year ahead almost. So it was.
Well, that's good business.
Yeah. But missed out on a lot of stuff. Including that.
Well, hopefully we get this reunion coming up. We'll get it off this time.
Yeah, hopefully.
What year was New Haven?
87.
Yeah, 25th year.
I was young then.
Yeah, I was 18.
You were 18.
Yeah.
You'd be dreaming again, man.
Yeah. No, that would have been, no, but everything I heard about it and, you know, what y'all described, it just sounded like it would have been chilling just to see the curtains open and see it old your father's mustache. You know,
It's unbelievable.
And you know what? For that reunion, we didn't put on any concert and anything like that. We played for each other, and it was better.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and we had that great, when we were outside, we're looking at the waterfront there, and the band just got together and started playing music, and
Remember that? That was beautiful.
everybody's eating good, and fun time. Brought back a lot of great memories.
It was a big tent we were under, Roger. Remember that?
Yeah, but remember that, absolutely. We were still younger then.
That might have had something to do with why it was so good to us.
Oh, we're still alive.
Still alive, really. That's a strange story, still alive.
yeah. So maybe the Bee Gees can do that one again, except they ain't all still alive anymore.
Yeah. Well,
From staying alive to still alive.
Yeah, I was saying about Steve Yoakum when I took a ride with him over to Mississippi. He's telling me all these stories about his life and everything. One thing he said to me, which I found so eerie at that time, he said, "I love New Orleans. I want to be here." I said, "Well, you are here." He said, "No, I want to stay here." I said, "Well, okay." So then he said, "I want to die here." I said, "Oh, okay." So he must have known something was going on with him at that point in time before he went back to Holland. And his girlfriend came to New Orleans. Maybe it was his wife by that time. I don't remember. And then next thing I know, he was emailing me. I even emailed him a few days before he died, and he was in the hospital, but he was getting, he could email. I said, "What's going on?" So he told me what's going on, all the tests they were doing. I said, "Don't you worry, buddy boy, I'll be out soon." Yeah, next thing I know, he's gone.
Tom, do you know if we recorded that meeting, that Zoom session?
Yeah, I think we'd have to try to find it.
Yeah, no, I was trying to narrow it down because if he died a year ago this month, so it'd be sometime in January, I guess. One of our first ones, actually.
The 2021 or 20?
Yeah. 2021. We weren't doing them in 2020, I don't think.
Okay. I'll look.
Yeah, all this stuff started after COVID, and everybody had I remember the first few sessions, everybody had their COVID beards going. Nobody was leaving the house or shaving or, anything. It was like,
COVID screwed everything up.
Yep.
It hastened my retirement. I mean, I probably would be still going but I went a whole year with hardly any jobs, and I kind of got used to it. I said, "Hey, this doesn't suck,"
I bet you got enough to keep you busy.
Yeah, I do. And my whole situation's different now. So
when people want these archives that you have, are they photos? Or are they news articles? What are they?
mine are. I shoot video only. So a lot of them are on.
Do you have to transpose those? Do you have to transpose those for these people?
Well, I have to. The things I've shot over the past, say, 6 or 7 years are all digital to begin with. I recorded them to hard drives, but everything before that was on different types of tape. I started on SVHS, and also did some high 8 and anything else that I could get a hold of. And then in 1999, I started on digital tape, but then I started recording to little discs and such it was not long after I met Tom, because Tom was shooting on a Sony camera. I was having an issue. I didn't like the idea of recording to hard drives, because so many of them failed, and I hated to lose all my material. So I recorded on tapes until probably about 2015. So I have a bunch of old tapes, and then everything from then on, I recorded digitally. So it's already archived, as video files,
That's cool.
But I still got a bunch more to do.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah, I was doing about 80, 90 jobs a year. So it was a lot of tape stacked up. I have a storage room that's it's a climate controlled, because after I left my house to come live with Bonnie's dad, while we're taking care of him, I have a room for all that here. So I'm paying rent on all that stuff, you know.
I understand. I have a storage in Seattle. That's climate control. Stuff I have gained over the years. Setting up there.
Yeah, but anything that you got, we'd love to see some of your old stuff, because we're kind of recycling.
I sent Tom several.
Yeah.
He showed them earlier before you got on.
That's good.
I'll show them again next week when you come back.
Yeah.
I got to get going because I'm going.
Okay,
next
I gotta
Monday.
get going too.
All right, I'll see y'all later.
All right.
Bye,
nice to
Tom.
meet you guys.
Roger, Barry.
Bye,
Yeah.
Dave. Talk to you guys
Take
later.
care.
Bye.
Bye.